Hello everybody, it's February 11th, 2022. Let's jump into the Bitcoin chart here. This is a public video tonight. I am on vacation, so doing it on a laptop here, which is a little bit different than on my desktop, so hopefully this all works out. Alright, so first off I wanted to review what I said on Monday when I did the last public video. So Monday was, Monday was the 7th, and if I remember correctly, yeah, that was back here. Okay, so at the time, all the way back here, I said that it looked like we needed to have a push up into this area here, 45 to 46K, in order to finish off the fifth wave, this little micro 5, within the third wave of this diagonal, if in fact that's what it was doing. Right? So there it is. Now we know that's where the fifth wave went of the third wave. From there it began to correct downwards. I was expecting a move from there. You know, we are basically looking for this touch of the bottom channel here. For a wave 4. Oops. And, you know, so it began to correct here, and then obviously it decided to go up and make a higher high there. Still didn't actually go beyond that box. If we actually extend that box over, you can see that's still held within that 45 to 46K range. But the way that I'm viewing this, because this looked so perfect to complete that wave there, I am still viewing that as the top of the third, and then therefore this is an A wave here, this is a B wave up here that actually went higher, and so then we're getting a lower C wave down. Right, so what can potentially be happening is something like this, and then maybe we just kind of drift sideways and downwards until we touch that line. Okay, so what the bulls need to see from that point, if they want to continue holding this pattern, it really should touch that trend line or get close to it. I suppose it's possible if it really wanted to, it could be done now, but typically these things come down and touch the trend line, so that's really what I'm waiting for. From that trend line then, we'll need to see another move higher up into the 50K area for the fifth wave. Now, all of that played out, right? And I said back here on the 7th, expect 45 to 46, and then I do expect a deeper pullback, possibly as low as 39K is what I said. And or sideways chop or consolidation in the 40 to 46K range. So literally that's what we're seeing right now. You know, on Monday I was warning that, you know, kind of best case scenario we get something like that, and or a deeper drop. Right, so that's kind of all playing out pretty much as expected. Now, I also said if we fail to hold the bottom of this channel, then that brings back the possibility of going to this lower low down in the 30K region, potentially 29 even, or deeper depending on how it plays out. So that is still a possibility and a danger at this point. So we really need to wait and see what the reaction is from this diagonal trend line. And I'm going to do something here that I haven't done on the public video before. I'm going to pull up the chart for the S&P 500. I've been going over this chart with members, but I did want to go over it because I don't want to see anybody blow up their accounts. So I am going to be very, very cautious. I'm not really sure that that's going to hold, and here's the reason why. Here's the S&P, and we'll see if my drawings pull up. There we go. So the S&P 500 was doing something pretty much the exact same, where we had our first wave here, second wave here, third wave here, and then we saw this happen for a fourth wave pullback. We actually saw a nice reaction off of it, and then we died. on, I guess that was Wednesday or Thursday. Anyway, earlier this week we died, and it broke down through that channel. And so therefore, I am now expecting the lower low to happen on the S&P. This is my S&P chart. I believe I've been waiting for this lower low down here between like 40.30 and 41.15, give or take. But I was giving the bulls the benefit of the doubt if they could complete this leg up. Sorry, this laptop is driving me crazy. If they could complete this leg up here in the fifth wave and then do a pullback, that would be a buying opportunity for that higher low. But since it broke down, I'm now pretty comfortable saying it's likely we're going to see that lower low. And if not all the way down there, maybe an equal low back here, but we have to come down and test these lows at some point, and likely we're going to break that low in one way or another. So because Bitcoin has actually been following the S&P recently, I am halfway expecting that this breaks down. Now, I'm a big believer that every chart needs to be treated individually, and so if Bitcoin can actually hold that area and press upwards for a fifth wave, then that's fine, so be it. But I am going to be really, really cautious because we certainly could see that same thing happen. Maybe we see a short-term bounce here and revisit these highs again, and then we see death. That's possible. Or maybe it just crashes through. I mean, that's certainly possible too. Especially if you've been following the geopolitical tensions right now between Russia and the Ukraine. The U.S. just sent combat troops to Poland, which it said it wasn't going to do. They've reversed their decision. And today we had a very clear statement from the White House and the State Department telling all Americans to evacuate the Ukraine in no uncertain terms. So it kind of sounds like, Russia certainly could be actually going forward with that invasion of Ukraine. And if that does in fact happen, what we're going to see very likely, if it happens this weekend, is we're going to see Bitcoin, really just crash. And then when Monday rolls around, we're going to see the S&P gap lower, potentially into that area down there. Now, I believe that that's going to be a temporary setback for both of these. And I'm going to view that lower low as a buying opportunity on both the S&P and Bitcoin. But please keep in mind that we are in dangerous territory right here, because the chart clearly says that's a possibility still. And it's only by doing this and actually giving us that fifth wave up that it would take that off the table. So let's play that out. If we do in fact see this and we get the higher high here after holding a fourth wave, I'm still not worried about it, about missing out, because we're going to see a correction down, and then I'll get a chance to buy a higher low instead of a lower low, and that's fine with me as well. So that's really the best way to play this. I think there's still just a bit more patience that we need to have in order for this to play out in one way or the other. But I am looking forward to very possibly buying this lower low, and if not, then buying a higher low after we complete 5 waves. But I do need to see that proof first. All right, so that pretty much sums up everything I've got to say on Bitcoin right now. Hopefully that made sense. Please go to tradelikeawhale.com, join our free 2-week trial, and hop on in so we can chat about all this stuff, and I can give you guys some advice on a day-to-day basis as well. All right, everybody, have a good night, and I'll talk to you all on Monday.